Rockhounds baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into the live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now here's the voice of the Texas League. And from our home city of San Antonio, here is John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and a good evening, everybody. We welcome you to Friday Night Baseball here on the show. Well, tonight is our fourth game of the six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Midland Rockhounds. Well, gotta say, it is Dr. Pepper Friday here at the ballpark, and so far, gotta say, $2 Dr. Peppers all night long. What a great deal. Series continues tomorrow night at 7 for our post-game fireworks. Then we wrap up the series here in Midland as there'll be a 1:05 first pitch. And then we are off back to San Antonio right after this as we get ready for next week against the Amarillo Sod Poodles in that six-game set in the Alamo City. Well, anyway, we are just about set to go here tonight, but first we'll go ahead and give our pregame show. I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. And Bob, good evening to you and to all of everybody, even our fans there in San Antonio.
Well, good evening there, John, and yes, how you doing, everybody? And John, you as well, and well, just a good evening.
Well, good evening to you. Well, anyway, last night was a pretty good time as we have really played baseball last night. Got into extra innings, and so far, it was a pretty good one. But San Antonio came in and won by the final score 3-2. And so far, it was pretty good. Well, anyway, tonight is a brand new night. We got sunny conditions, beautiful weather here in the Permian Basin. And so far, we're just super excited for this new night of baseball. And so forwardly, tomorrow night at 7:05 and then Sunday at 1 o'clock as we get ready to go for our afternoon game. And yes, we do wrap it up as we get going, and so far it'll be pretty good. Go online now at rockhoundsbaseball.com or purchase and print your tickets from the Bally Live app. You can find us, and that's pretty good to go. Don't forget, join us all season long here on YouTube Live as we bring you the live broadcast every Tuesday through Sunday in the Texas League, wherever we may be, and so far to our broadcasts and everything else. We are live Tuesday and Sundays, or Tuesday through Sundays, I beg my pardon. But anyway, yeah, we're live those days. But Mondays will be road travel days, so don't forget about that. Well, anyway, we're just about set to go for the top half of the first inning for San Antonio, and now I'll take you down to the field as we get ready to go. Well, yeah, it is a nice, beautiful evening here in good old Midland. And Rockhounds wearing their orange jerseys. And they get to wear it tonight and tomorrow. And so far, Sunday, it will be the home white uniforms and stuff. Mason Burnett coming in as he will get the pitching assignment here this evening. ERA 6.85 on 1.66 whip, 18 strikeouts, 17.3, and over a 10.6 walk rate. The leadoff batter for San Antonio is Francisco Acuna. As we get ready to go here this evening. First pitch right underway, and The first one here at 7:37 on our live stream. No balls and one strike to the count as we get ready to go for the evening. That is right there. Ground ball straight away up to shortstop. Throw down to first in time, and that is out number one. With that, let's give the visiting San Antonio Missions the starting lineups. Acuna, Roberts, and Salas would be the leadoff three. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian middle. Verdugo, Murphy, and Castañon rounded out for San Antonio here this evening. The batter now is center fielder Kai Roberts. Roberts coming in is ready to go. And that's in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Springfield leading Wichita 2-1, bottom of the fourth. Arkansas leading Tulsa against 1-0. No score as we're here in Midland. Just getting going, and that one is bashed deep. And that is to the right field, gone. And that was the first one by the center fielder, Kai Roberts. And San Antonio now getting on the board. And it's 1-0 Missions. Wow, that was a really good, impressive hit right there. Boy, and I tell you one thing, that was just really good. That's a 409 foot over 108.2 on the exit velocity. And that was just a well-defined base hit and a home run just on top of that. Ethan Salas, the batter now. San Antonio wearing their home, or should I say road grays. They look like they could wear those for home and stuff, but most evidently they could if they wanted to. But normally home whites and flying chanclas uniforms normally is the go-to, but most evidently there could be exceptions if we do wear those this season. And so far we just have to see how that goes. Well, Salas being out number two, and now bring up the first baseman Romeo Sanabria. He was excellent last night, hitting a couple of home runs. He had a 2-run shot to straightaway left field, and that was a pretty good one. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled off. The count now at 0-1. No balls and one strike to the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive straightaway up the left field, and that's a base hit. So that's the second hit for San Antonio here tonight. And that'll bring in Braden Carpathios. Here's a pitch by Mason, and that is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Carpathios playing right field tonight. So far, pretty good for him as he gets going. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that's in for the middle. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be lofted straight away, and that's a base hit. And that's first and third now. Man, and 3 hits. Wow, man, they're doing pretty good. All they got to do is bring some runs in, and they could pull ahead of Midland. Yeah, that is for sure. Here's a 6-hole batter, Albert Fabian. Fabian coming in is ready to go. 2-1, 2 out here in the top of the first inning. Underway of tonight's Game 4. Here's the 0-1. And that's right there, straight away. Up to the second baseman, and they'll get him out. And the play made, that ends the inning. But Kai Roberts come in on a solo home run on 1 hit. But yes, it is 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left for San Antonio. Bottom of the first inning coming up. San Antonio leading it 1-0. So we'll be right back as we get ready for the bottom of the first as we get going. About ready to go for the bottom of the first right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, our starter tonight, Jackson Wolf, getting the start tonight for San Antonio. The four-seam curveball changeup, two-seam, a sweeper in command of his pitches, and 94 on the four-seamer. So basically, weapon of choice would be that fastball that's getting in. The shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries, coming in now. And is ready to go. And the pitch is in for a cold strike, and the count now 0-1. Absolutely love the Midland orange jerseys. They are beautiful and favorite color of mine. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Springfield leading Wichita 2-1. They moved to the bottom of the fifth inning already, which that's kind of nice. That one hit foul, and the count now still holding no balls, 2 strikes. And a pitch. That one ground ball, and that's foul. So get another chance right there. And so far, pretty good. Here is the 0-2 delivery, and that is pop foul. And the count now 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. So the first strikeout for Jackson Wolf tonight. And let's go ahead and give the starting lineups for Midland. DeVries, Halter, and Hankill will be the leadoff 3. Pitaro, Mann, White, middle. Bolvius, Dickey, and Rodriguez will round it out. Colby Halter, the next batter up, coming in for Midland. And the pitch. That one is high fly, foul. And the count 0-1. We've got a great crowd here on a Friday night. Join us in for the weekend. We have the San Antonio Missions here in town, so that's pretty nice for the homestand. Midland heads to Springfield next week. Amarillo heads to San Antonio. Pretty good. Then we got Tulsa heading to Frisco, which that is also pretty good. Tulsa Drillers and Rough Riders. Here's a 1-2. And that is chop foul. The count now still holding on. San Antonio playing Tulsa at least 6 times starting in the new month, or should I say the end of this month to 3 days in the start of the new month. But evidently not playing the Drillers or Travelers there in the Alamo City. And so far, got to say that's kind of a shame, not taking on those 2 ball clubs. But now that's out number 2, and the second strikeout for Wolf. And so far, pretty good. Here is right fielder Nate Nankill. Nankill coming in, the right fielder, as he'll miss outside for the ball, and the count now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and that's a pitch well inside, and the count now 1-1. San Antonio fans say there is rain tomorrow for the San Antonio area. Gotta say, I don't blame them if there is. That's right there, line drive. That's a base hit straight away right. And enough in time to get it back in, and they don't advance for a double, maybe even a triple. CJ Pitaro coming in as he's ready to go. And that's going to be a liner straight away up to left field, and that's on for the base hit. So now Midland is trying to come back in this one. Runner in scoring position. Luke Mann coming up. Here's the pitch. That is outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. Got our fans watching from San Antonio, and also our great friends there at West Creek Trail Ride San Antonio, the Stock Show Rodeo, Whataburger served hot and fresh. So far, many others as well. 2 balls, no strikes in this one. Taco Villa, the proud broadcast of Rockhounds baseball, which that is also pretty good. That one is skied high in the air, and he's not going to try to get it. And so far, that's a fouled off ball. The count now 2-1. Rose's Cafe, pretty good as well. And that'd be the count now at 3-1. Tommy White, the third baseman, waits on deck. He could try to get on for ball 4. Here's the 3-1 delivery, and that is in for the full count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2-1, 2 out, bottom of the first inning. San Antonio leading this game by 1-0. Here's the pitch, and called third strike. They got him. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for Midland as we head to the second inning. And it is San Antonio 1, Midland 0. So we're about ready to go as Rosemont Vertigo comes in. Murphy and Castañon will get things going as well. So we'll be right back here on Rockhounds Baseball, the voice of West Texas. About set to go for the top half of the second inning right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Rosemont Vertigo leads it off 7-8-9, due up top of inning number 2. And the pitch, that is right there, and that'll drop in line for a base hit. Man, and San Antonio getting up the hit column and trying very hard to get another win here as they did last night by that final 3-2. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they're doing pretty good, but they just gotta keep up that momentum and try not to lose the steam of that focus. Kai Murphy coming in as he'll foul that 12-inch curve right off, and the count now at 0-1. So far, pretty good on top of that. Here's the pitch, and that is foul. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Ready or not, he fires. High pop up. Mason has his eyes on it. Yep, he does. That's out number 1.
Batting ninth, the second baseman, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castanon coming in. Just about ready to go. Wind up and the pitch. High pop up, and that is a base hit. So the 5th base hit that San Antonio gets. And that'll bring up the leadoff batter, Francisco Acuna. 1 out, 2-1 here in the top of the second inning for San Antonio. Acuna was 0 for 1, a ground out last time up. Corpus Christi leading Northwest Arkansas 5-2. Frisco and Amarillo tied at 2-2. Top of the 4th inning there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Amarillo from here is about 2 or 3 hours, but give or take, it's about that distance right there. And that's going to be right there for route number 2. And that is for the out. Acuna is down on a fly. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Midland does not have a pretty good long drive. They only have 2 to 3 hours on the road. They go to Amarillo, or Amarillo comes to Midland. But when it comes to San Antonio, about 7 to 8 hours. Well, you're thinking from the distance traveled, it's about 7 hours and 30 minutes. Oh, wow. Well, good deal there, Bob. Well play made, as that is the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And we head to the bottom of the second. San Antonio leading this one by 1-0. We're back here as Tommy White leads it off as we get ready to go for the home half of the second. Coming up next.
Now set to go for the bottom of the second. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network.
Tommy White coming in. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Rockhounds, bottom of 2. And the changeup is outside for the count now. 1 ball and no strikes.
So, John, tell me something.
What's on your mind, old friend?
You and your uncle, y'all came to this ballpark way back then, and
yeah, we used to come to the ballpark, and we used to have a lot of fun here in Midland. We would normally sit just right outside of the home plate area, like about where that gentleman with the glasses just eating the popcorn and stuff. Brian Bovia's coming in now. And hits that one again out of foul. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And here is the pitch. That's a high pop-up straight away to Castagnon. And he's got it for out number 2.
Batting 8, the left fielder, Jared Dickey.
That will bring up the left fielder, Jared Dickey. Dickey coming in, ready to go. And the windup and the pitch is in for a strike. And the count now at 0-1. So pretty good right there, as now 2 out, nobody on for Midland. High pop-up straight away, out of play. And the count now 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the second inning. San Antonio 1, Midland 0. Swing and a miss. They got him. And that will end the half inning. So we're on to the third. As San Antonio comes in, it's 1-0. About set to go for the third inning right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob, and welcome back to the broadcast as we bring you the third inning here. 1-0 ball game as San Antonio leads it. Wind up and the pitch. That one fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2.
Ball, that's off the plate.
And that is off the plate for the ball. The count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one is bashed. That one high and up to center as that will get down.
First baseman, Romeo.
And that is out number 1 as Salas is down retired. And here is Romeo Sanabria. Sanabria coming in, and the pitch. That's high fly in the air, straightaway center as that'll bounce in front of the center fielder.
Now batting, right fielder, Braden Carpathio.
And that'll bring up the right fielder, Braden Carpathios. Here's the pitch. And that one is foul. And the count now 0-1. 1-for-1 single. Last time around. And the 0-1 delivery. That is chopped foul. The count now at 0-2. 0-2.
Ball,
And that's a 12-inch right outside the zone, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, and the pitch. And that one is bashed. That is high, and they can't get to it. And that's going to go to second and third now.
Now batting,
And that's a double for Braden Carpathios. By golly, that was cool. They came in and got something going. And really, they had it right in front of them. Six-hole batter, Albert Fabian could get the damage done if he could get a base hit. Get something going here for San Antonio here tonight. Yeah, I gotta say, John, that would really be good to get something going. 1-0 ball game, and so far the first run came in the top of the first inning for San Antonio, and it was pretty good. Avant and Robles warming up in the bullpen, as they're now just getting started with their warm-up tosses. 2 balls, no strikes to pitch. And that is right there. Cannot make up with it. And the score is coming in as a run in to score on a sacrifice. Fabian brings it in. And it's now San Antonio 2-0. Here is Rosamond Verdugo coming in. The third baseman is 1-for-1 single. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a high one. And the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. And the pitch. And that is fouled off. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. That's a chopper right there. And in time for first, and that will do it. The damage could have been very bad for Midland, but 1 run comes in across the score on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 on base. Bottom of the third coming up with San Antonio leading this one 2-0. C.J. Rodriguez, DeVries, and Halter will get things going as we hit to the bottom of the third inning.
About set to go for the bottom of the third right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Jackson Wolf back to work as he gets going on the hill for San Antonio as he'll face off CJ Rodriguez. And quick out number one as the 9-hole batter has flowed out to right field. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries coming in. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout last time up. Leo Dallas DeVries, a pretty good shortstop that used to be a part of San Antonio's roster. Got moved up to the Oakland Athletics, and that's going to be high fly in the air up to left center. And that is out number 2.
Now batting the second baseman, Colby.
Second baseman Colby Halter coming in. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout. Got a great crowd here in Midland tonight, don't we, Bob?
Yeah, I got to say, John, yeah, we do.
I remember just being down below and watching the game with my uncle, and that was during the time when the Rockhounds didn't even have this look. They were to their old look. And, yep, so far they were pretty good way back then, and my uncle one evening took me to the game with him, and I remember getting a t-shirt, which that was pretty good. It had the old logo on there, just the Midland Rockhounds logo.
And yeah, you got them Star Wars books from him, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Colby Halter. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be lofted high in the air straight away. Left fielder will get beyond the warning track, and that will do for this half inning. We go down to the third base side, and way out there is a lot of fans getting a good shot of the view, and San Antonio leading it 2-0 as we lead the top of the 4th inning. Hi, Murphy coming in. Castañon and Acuna will lead it for San Antonio when we come back.
Now set to go for the top of the fourth inning. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, up now is Kai Murphy, the 8-hole batter. 8-9-1. Due up for the top of the fourth. It's getting ready to go here. San Antonio leading this ball game 2-0 with a swing and a miss by Murphy, and it's the count now 1-1. And that's in for a strike. The count now 1-2. And a pitch. That's fouled in the way. The count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right there's laid down there at first.
Now batting.
And that is out number 1.
Castanon.
Got to look at the instant replay, and yes, there it is. He takes quite a tumble. 1 away, and here is the second baseman, Marcos Castanon. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Here is the 0-1 delivery. And that one is chopped foul. The count now 0-2. And that's right there. Called third strike. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco Acuna.
And now here is Francisco Acuna.
Ball 1.
And that's a ball, and the count now 1 ball and no strikes. In for a strike, and the count now is 1-1. There's pitch. And that's a ground ball straight away third. Flip across the diamond, and that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody on for San Antonio as we're 4.5 here tonight in Midland. And it's 2-0 San Antonio. Now set to go for the bottom of the fourth right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, Nate Nankiel coming in now as we get set to go for the bottom of the fourth inning right now. Good old ballpark of Midland, Texas. Bronco Park, the best place ever. Right there and outside is 1 ball and no strikes. As we're underway of the home half of 4. And that is a swing and a miss. The count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Foul that one off. The count now 1-2. Well, if you guys don't know, download Atlas Earth. Make sure you do. You can really make some money on that app. Just get you a lot of par sales and a lot of things on that game, and so far you are good to go. Download Atlas Earth and you'll be glad you did. 1-2 to Nate Nankiel, and that's going to be fouled off. The count now still holding at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Corpus Christi leading 5-3 as they're the bottom half of the 5th inning. Amarillo finally leading Frisco 4-2 as they're the top of the 6th inning. Close game there in Wichita. Springfield leading 4-3. Arkansas leading a pretty good one against Tulsa. It's 4-1. So pretty good games here tonight. And yes, last but not least, San Antonio leading Midland 2-0. Bottom of 4. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And a pitch. That one is fouled in the way. The count now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 10, CJ Pintaro.
Jackson Wolf at 47 pitches on his 4-seam fastball, curveball, and changeup, 2-seam, and a sweeper. Percentages down to the lowest point. CJ Pintaro coming in, as that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. One more night game, and then Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, it will be our final game of the 2 ball clubs this week. San Antonio heads home. They take on Amarillo. Midland is off to Springfield. Tulsa will hit the Frisco, which that is pretty good for the Tulsa Drillers. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Corpus Christi heads to Arkansas, which that is pretty nice. And that is fouled in the way. The count now 1-2. I do believe it is Arkansas and Wichita going head-to-head for next week. Here's a 1-2. High pop-up, straightaway third. In time as that's out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Luke Mann.
Luke Mann coming in now. Now set to go. And a pitch. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Jackson Wolf at 54 pitches here tonight. And that's going to be high fly in the air, straightaway center. And that is the end of the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody on for Midland. As we head to the 5th inning, San Antonio leading this game 2-0. And we'll be right back as we lead off the 5th inning for San Antonio as Kai Roberts, Salas, and Sanabria will lead it off for the Missions when we come back. About set to go for the 5th inning for San Antonio right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Kai Roberts leading it off as we welcome you back to the stream. And so far, pretty good as that one is outside for a ball. The count now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Kai Roberts. And that is down and inside for the count now. 2 balls, no strikes. San Antonio 2-0, top of the 5th inning already. And that's going to be a liner straight away. And that's a base hit to left center field. And Roberts is definitely on after another hit. And so far, many more hits to go in this ball game. That's the 6th or 7th one of the night for San Antonio. Here's the pitch, and that is fouled off. The count now 0-1. 0 for 2, a fly out, a line out. Right tonight, Salas. Here's the 0-1. And that is fouled in the way. The count now 0-2. Mason Burnett at 56 pitches. Starting the 5th inning of work for him on the mound for Midland. That one high in the air up to straightaway center. And that's going to get through. And they are not going to chance it here as that runner will head back to first. And by golly, he did a pretty good job of holding on. Romeo Sanabria, 2 for 2, 2 singles, a run here tonight. The first baseman for San Antonio getting pretty good. Waiting for a chance here is Sanabria. And that is crushed. That is high in the air straight away. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, Braden.
Don't forget the new season. Picani will come out in the fall for season 3 right after this season ends. Braden Carpathios coming in 2 for 2. And that is right there, foul ball, and the count now 0-1. So the first 2 seasons were pretty good of the show, and so far can't wait for season 3. Yeah, me neither, partner. Now one straight away, high in the air, up to center, and that is out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. 5.5 innings tonight, and the Missions lead it by 2. So get ready to go as Tommy White leads it for the home half of the 5th, straight ahead.
About set to go for the bottom of the fifth right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Tommy White leads it off as we get going for the bottom of the fifth inning for Midland. In for a cold strike is Jackson Wolf at now 56 pitches for San Antonio. And that is going to get fouled off. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count, and the pitch. That one fouled in the way. The count now still holding on. Here's the 0-2. And that's a ground ball straight away up the short. Throw in time at first. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, center fielder, Brian Buelvas.
Brian Buevas, 0 for 1, a pop out last time up. 0 for 1, and a pitch. That is fouled off. The count now at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And that is in for a strike, and the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. 6 strikeout for Jackson Wolf as he came in. Jared Dickey coming in as he'll hit that one high in the air, all the way to the fence and right on the warning track, and he'll make the play for the out. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Midland. 6th inning coming up. San Antonio leads it 2-0. Pretty good game here tonight as we've seen some pretty good home runs. As we show you the halfway point of this broadcast. And gotta absolutely love just doing these broadcasts. We've been doing this for the past 6 years. Just having a good time and getting stuff going.
Now pitching for the Rockhounds, number
Corey
27,
Avant leading it off. The right-hander gets loose on the mound for Midland. 97 on the 4-seam fastball slider and a curveball getting set to go. We're back for the 6th inning after our commercial messages.
Now set to go for the top of the sixth inning. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Albert Fabian coming in as he gets ready to go, and he hits that one high in the air up to left field. And the left fielder will run it down as that's out number one. Rosemond Verdugo coming in now.
Ball, that's upstairs.
And that's in for a strike. The count now at 1-1. Friday night baseball. Pretty good night for us here tonight. And so far, just got to absolutely love the weekends. Nice to refresh after a long week, don't you think, Bob? Well, yeah, I got to think so. It's always a good thing to always come in, relax, and just have a perfectly good evening. And tomorrow, pretty good as well. That's for sure. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit. The first baseman will miss it.
The batter, the second baseman,
Marcos Castañon coming in. Getting ready to go and getting set. Here's the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Corpus Christi leading Northwest Arkansas 9-3. Now it's a tied ball game again for the second time in a row in Amarillo. Taking on the Frisco Rough Riders. That one is high in the air, and that is up to the center field area, and that will do for the half inning. Is over. No runs, a hit, no errors, one left. Coming up, and we are ready to go with C.J. Rodriguez. Leo Dallas DeVries will come in as well. Colby Halter following in behind DeVries. And it's a 2-0 ball game. Head to the sixth inning for the Rockhounds when we get back. About set to go for the bottom of the sixth right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. CJ Rodriguez coming in as we get going on that, and that's going to be right there, and they got him. Oh my goodness, that was a close play right there. As the pitcher comes in, covers for the out. Here's the shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries. 0 for 2, strikeout and the flyout. Boy, pretty good on top of that. Oh for 2 of the night by DeVries, and that's a strike inside. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. That is crushed. That is deep, high in the air, up the left field. It is gone. And that one by Leo Dallas DeVries. And they are now coming back in this ball game, as it's now a 2-1 game in this one. In now, Colby Halter, getting ready to go. And the pitch, that one is fouled off. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Wind up and the pitch, that one is high fly and foul. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Wind up. Called third strike if they got him.
Now batting, right fielder, Nate Nankiel.
Nate Nankiel, the right fielder, coming in. 1 for 2 single. Getting going. Wind up and the pitch. High in the air, straightaway left. And that'll do it for this half inning. But Leo Dallas DeVries will put a run on the board for Midland on this solo shot. 7th inning coming up. San Antonio leading it 2-1. Now we're back here as Francisco Acuna leads it for the 7th inning for San Antonio when we come back. Now set to go for the top of the 7th inning for San Antonio right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Francisco Acuna leads it off, 7th inning, set to go for San Antonio, and that's going to be high fly in the air up the left. And that is out number 1.
The center fielder, Robert.
Guy Roberts, the center fielder, coming in, and look at what he did. Boy, for San Antonio, came back and got a home run right up the right field. Made it a 2 runs for San Antonio. So far, that one lone run is still standing in ovation. The missions being up in this ball game. No balls, 1 strike to Kai Roberts. And that is right there, line drive. What a catch, and that's down. Touche, my friend, there at first.
Now batting, catcher Ethan Salas.
So 2 out, and now here is Ethan Salas as he'll come in. Salas coming in, top of the 7th inning. And the pitch. That one is high fly in the air up to left field, and that does it. So no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. And we are going to the 7th inning stretch. All right, everybody, let's sing it. Take me out to the ball game. And yes, let's go for it. And it is 2-1 our score.
About set to go for the bottom of the seventh right now. The Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, before we get started with the bottom half of the seventh inning,
Now pitching for
we are going ahead and getting Sean Boyle ready to go for San Antonio
Boyle.
as we get ready to go. CJ Pitaro now coming up face to face against Sean Boyle. And the pitch, that one's going to be lofted high in the air, straight away, and foul. And the count now 0-1. And the pitch, and that is downstairs. Is 1 ball, 1 strike. Great crowd tonight here on this Friday night. Gotta love the baseball weekends. San Antonio having their weekend next week. Take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And that's right there. Line drive, base hit. Straight away up to right field, and that is pretty good. Now Midland getting the go-ahead run on for the next batter up, Luke Mann. Mann coming up, ready to go, and he'll take inside a strike. The count now at 0-1. Strikeout and a flyout, 0 for 2 tonight. Gotta say, pretty good. Here is the pitch, and that's in for a strike. And the count now at 0-2. 0-2, one more time. Swing and a miss, got him.
Third baseman, Tommy White.
Tommy White coming in now. So far, pretty good on that. 0 for 2 and a fly out and a ground out here this evening. Here's the
That's
pitch.
a balk.
And they're going to balk him.
Move up 90 feet.
So that will be a runner in second. Don't see that every day, but now you do. Now the tying run sits at second, and the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-2. 0-2 one more time, and that is foul. And that's 0-2. 1-on-1 out here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him.
Now batting, center fielder, Brian Buelva.
And that'll bring up Brian Bovias coming in now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the seventh. And that is going to be in for a strike. And the count now 0-1. Blah, blah, blah. Can't even talk this evening. 0-1 the count. And the pitch is right there in the count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. And that is fouled off. The 0-2.
That's a balk.
And that is a balk. He goes to third.
Third base.
So now the tying run, now at 90 feet away from scoring in. And that's going to be high fly in the air, straight away up to left field. The shortstop gets there and ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, nobody, or should I say, a runner left on at third. And we're going to the 8th inning, San Antonio leading it 2-1. So Romeo Sanabria, Carpathios, and Fabian will lead it off in the top of the 8th inning for San Antonio when we come back. About set to go for the top half of the 8th inning. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Romeo Sanabria leading it off for San Antonio as he'll take that one outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Man, 15,000 fans tonight. What a packed house. Yeah, I gotta say, John, always a good thing to have a packed house just like that. Yeah, it is. Sanabria at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's ball 2.
And ball 2. Count now 2-2, even up. And that is right there for the first out.
Now batting, the right fielder,
Braden Carpathios, 2 for 3, double and a single. Getting ready to go. The pitch, and that is right there. And he bobbled it. Straight away, the pitcher comes in relief and gets him going.
designated hitter, Albert Fabian.
Albert Fabian coming in, 0 for 3, ground out in the first inning.
Off the plate, ball 1.
And that's in for a strike. The count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 8th for San Antonio. And that is high in the air, straightaway center, and that's the inning. So no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. Bottom half of the 8th inning set to go, and San Antonio leads at 2-1. Well, about set to go as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning with Jared Dickey arrive in the home half of inning number 8. About set to go for the bottom of the eighth right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network.
Jared Dickey ready to go as we lead off the bottom half of the eighth inning. 1 ball and no strikes to count now. Sean Boyle now at 16 pitches as he pitches in relief for San Antonio. And that is going to be outside the count now, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count in the pitch, and that's going to be lofted high in the air up to left field. And the left fielder will make the play for the out.
Now batting, catcher.
And there is 1 down.
Rodriguez.
C.J. Rodriguez coming in. Fly out and the ground out is 0 for 2. Wind up and the pitch, and that's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count. Great crowd we have here, and fans watching from San Antonio as well. Missions will be back home in a few days for their homestand against Amarillo, and that is outside the count now at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now to Rodriguez. And the pitch. That one skied high in the air, straightaway left field. And that is out number 2. And Midland down to their final 4 outs. And that'll bring up Leo Dallas DeVries as he comes in. Yeah, pretty good. That one high in the air, straightaway up the center. And that will pretty much do it for this half inning. Is over. Beautiful Friday night here at the ballpark, and we do have a full house tonight. 15,000 fans. That is a good number. San Antonio leading it 2-1 as we head to the 9th inning on this Friday night.
About set to go for the top half of the ninth inning. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Rosemont Vertigo coming in as we lead off the ninth inning for San Antonio, and that one's going to be fouled on the way. The count now at 0-1. The 0-1 delivery, that one is high for a ball. The count now 1-1. Emanuels and Robles are getting loose out there in the bullpen as they warm up their tosses. And the pitch is inside for a cold strike. Gets the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch, that one is a high flyer. Straight away. And that is out number 1.
The batter, the left fielder, number 1, Kai.
Guy Murphy, the left fielder, coming in. 1 for 3 single. San Antonio down to their final 2 outs tonight. And trying to keep ahead of this ball game. That's right there, line drive. Straight away up to center field for the base hit.
Now batting, the second baseman, Marcos Castanon.
Hey!
It's in for a strike as Castagnon coming in as 1 for 3 single.
That's outside.
It's outside. The count now 1-1.
That's ball 2.
Ball 2 gets in there. Two, 1. And that's right there. Ground ball. Straightaway shortstop, second for 1, and they get them both. And that is the half inning over. Well, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on as we exit the top of the ninth, and one more chance for Midland to come back in the bottom half of their inning, and it's San Antonio leading it 2-1. So back up as Colby, Halter, Nankiel, and Pitaro will lead it off. About set to go for the bottom of the ninth right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network.
Colby Halter coming in, 2, 3, and 4, due up in the bottom half of the Midland Rockhounds ninth. And the pitch. That one's skied high in the air, straight away left center. And that is out number 1. Man, that is a rough out number 1, and boy, that is not good. And they're going to intentionally walk the tying run up to straightaway. And that'll bring up the winning run, C.J. Pitaro. Pitaro coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be right there. And that's going to fall, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And now the winning run is 90 feet away. Or not 90 feet, I do apologize, but he's in scoring position now. And San Antonio just about ready to lose this one here tonight. Luke Mann, the next batter up, as he'll hit that one out of play. And the count now 0-1. Game 5 tomorrow night. Post-game fireworks afterwards. So far, anybody that wins that ball game is straight going to see a fireworks show. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit, and that's going to do it as the winning run scores in, and the Rockhounds will walk it off. And that, my friends, is how the game tonight ends on a Friday night. And I tell you one thing, they are celebrating after a walk-off victory. And do believe that is the 9th of the season for Midland. Wow. What a game here tonight. So Midland will be 9-4, San Antonio now 6-7. After a walk-off run that pretty much came in to score on a base hit. Glad we'll see y'all tomorrow, and so far it'll be a pretty good one as we get ready for Game 5 at 7:05 and Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So make sure you join us as we have our last 2 games here in Midland. And then it's heading back home to take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles starting Tuesday through Sunday this next upcoming week. Well, Frisco is tied with Amarillo, so we won't call that ball game just yet. Tulsa getting their 9th, taking on the Travelers. They'll be 9-3 as they defeat them by the final score of 5-4. So now Arkansas is now 4-8 in last place. Corpus Christi, man, they have a lot of runs, and they could tie up against San Antonio tonight. So, gotta say, I think tonight would be pretty good for them. Let's see, 9-3 for Tulsa and 4-8 for Arkansas. Wichita wins pretty good. Their score, and that one is 5-4 against Springfield, so that'll put them in a tie even against Northwest Arkansas. So, pretty good there. We've got 4 ball clubs left on this Friday evening, and it's a tie ball game there in Amarillo, and so far, well, Sod Poodles and Rough Riders are going pretty good tonight there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. It's a windy night in Amarillo. The wind is blowing. The camera is going crazy as they go into the broadcast. And really not sure if anybody is getting severe weather in that point at all. I mean, probably is, probably isn't, but most evidently we would have to see how that would go. Well, we'll definitely check the weather, and well, so far glad the fans up there in Tulsa saw some baseball, because now the Storms are off to their west. And yep, potential for severe thunderstorms. Boy, there is a massive storm line getting ready to get into Tulsa. Just a powerful line. Just now hitting Hominy and Skiatook. And yeah, just a big, massive line going from Oklahoma City to Tulsa. And it looked like it could have derecho type wind. So it looks like about in the next hour and a half, it could reach Muskogee. But we will definitely keep our eyes and ears on the weather. Tomorrow in San Antonio, it says that there's a good chance of storms for a Saturday, and maybe it's postponing the ranch if you are going out and riding horses tomorrow. But pretty much we'll definitely keep our eyes on the sky as we get going for tomorrow. But it doesn't look that bad. Rain showers with increasing winds and cloudy skies later in the day. High 74. It's not going to be that terrible. Maybe a little rain or whatnot in the area, but not enough to postpone anything. But anyway, I gotta say, the Rough Riders are leading at 6-5, and the catcher and the runner at third, boy, they were playing who's going to touch the plate first. And yep, so far, I think it was the catcher that got the guy out. And most evidently he did. Well, anyway, still waiting for those final 4 ball clubs to get ready to get done. Well, looks like Corpus Christi about ready to tie up against San Antonio again. We look at the mission 6 and 7. Corpus Christi is one game behind them. And so far, if they win against Northwest Arkansas tonight, it will be a tie-breaking wins, and so far pretty good on that. Five ball game there in Amarillo. Boy, the wind sure is going. Camera is moving, like shaking a little bit due to the force of the wind. But anyway, I think that game is called for Corpus Christi. And so forwardly, it is a big win for Corpus Christi, 10-3 here in this one. See, Corpus Christi is, 6 and 7, tied up with San Antonio. Northwest Arkansas is 7 and 6. It'll look like Amarillo could win a game and make it 4 and 9. They'll take on a win against Frisco if that happens. Runner at first and 2 away. Bottom half of the ninth inning. So, yeah, we're still waiting on 2 more ball clubs to get done. And that way, they'll continue to keep going on top of that one. right, so Corpus Christi called their game, and now they win it 10-3 against Northwest Arkansas. So pretty good night for the Hooks. So yeah, let's go over some wins. And boy, Midland did pretty good. Leo Dallas DeVries 1-for-4, a home run RBI tonight. Corey Avant wins on the mound for Midland. Sean Boyle will get the loss for San Antonio. And so far, pretty good as we go into this one. But I tell you, Bob, we still wait for these final two ball clubs to get going and to see which one will win it. If Frisco wins this one, there'll be a game and a half against Midland. San Antonio sits in third place. And pretty good, too. I mean, our boys in the Alamo City, that is pretty good. Just getting things going. All right, so I think it's extra innings. Boy, windy evening there in Amarillo. Yeah, so it's extra innings already. 5-5 ball game, and whoa, looky there. Could have been a base hit right there for the Rough Riders. Ooh, goodness gracious me. Oh, looky there. Frisco just scored in that run. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they did pretty good on that. Yeah, they did. Well, gotta say, we'll go ahead and cut the broadcast right off of here. And so far, have a good night. And yes, our final score: Midland 3, San Antonio 2 in this one. So have a good night.